Peter Ochen is a young man that has been brought up by the Soroti Cricket Academy project. He seems to relish the opportunity to show his skill off. Oh, he starts off with a wide to his second over. But he seems to let his teammates know that's just a one-off.
Well guided there by Wawose, straight to third man for a single. Soft hands there. Need to have a partnership or two out there in the middle. They just lost 2 wickets in no time. They know this is a big game. We had earlier at the toss Brian Masaba talking about restricting the Itanda Kayakers to not more than 120 runs to be in the comfort zone. Short ball pulled away. No one is catching that one. First maximum of the innings. Comes off Kasoko's blade all the way from Malawi, representing. Short ball and punished.
Oh my, did he hit that very far? It's giving the youngster time to think about his bowling. Oh, he comes back well. He seems to give a lot of thought into his bowling. And of course, he's guided by the experienced Henry Senyondo with his captain, Brian Masaba.
Very lovely to see Kasonko introducing himself in this Waterfall Elite men's category here. In the air, catches the call.
He left that up there, way high up in the air. And Calvin Watua, who doesn't seem to drop many, takes that to the delight of his entire team. As you can see, the congratulatory messages that are coming on from his teammates can show you just how much of an appreciative catch that was to them.
When you look at that replay, a little too greedy from Kasonko. He already had a 6 in that over. But again, that was ball in the slot. Tried to go over the infield, but holds out to one fielder there, Calvin Watua. Very safe hands there. As we see the introduction of the captain himself, batting for the first time in this tournament. He didn't have a chance yesterday as they chased the score for naught. Can he get his team over the line? Needs to play a very handy knock here. And Bujagali Rafters, they know this is a very massive wicket. If they're here to get Riazat Alisha out early, we all know the damage he can make. Big hitter he is.
And it does look like Calvin's role as substitute fielder did come to an end with that catch he took. So Riazat Alisha comes on to face Peter. Swings and misses. Bob, do you think that was there to be hit?
After losing 3 wickets in no time, I don't think that was supposed to be hit. Take your time, captain. You just lost 3 crucial wickets. Get your eye in, rotate the strike. Try and get or take the game away from the opposition side.
That was a very good over from Ochen. He bowls it wide of his first delivery. A couple later, he's dispatched for 6. But that did not stop him from baiting Karabo into giving out his wicket. Oh, Kasonko. My apologies.
Interestingly, there on your screens, looks like Roger Bukasa, aka Papa, has been brought into the attack for his experience, I believe. Stephen Wabose on strike. 2 fielders outside the ring. Long on fielder, the captain himself, Brian Masaba, and deep square leg, Munil Ismail, the young man there, the youngster. Can Roger Mukasa deliver for his captain and Bujagali Rafters? It is 28 for 3 in 5.
What a teaser from Roger. He gave Stephen Wabose plenty time to think about it. And just like the first delivery, he leaves Stephen swinging at the air, getting nothing.
Lovely. Good running there from the captain. Releasing pressure from the struggling Stephen Wabose, who had no clue of what Roger Mukasa was bowling, telling him, let me take guard, let me take charge as the captain. By the looks of those 3 deliveries from Roger Mukasa, I believe Brian Masaba is going to introduce another spinner from the other end. The ball is doing some turn there.
They say heavy is the head that wears the crown. And Riyazat seems to be feeling a little bit of that, knowing they are 3 down and they're looking for the runs. With the current run rate of just above 6, Brian Masaba would be happy with the restrictions his team is putting on the batting side. And Roger seems to be pegging Riyazat Ali Shah, who we all know is a hard hitter of the ball. And speaking of hard hits, he picks that one up and throws it out of the park. 6 more.
What a shot that was from Riyazat Shah. Roger slightly bowled it short and punished. Got the treatment he was looking for. That's the end of the 5th over. 35 again for 2. It is, yes, Falaksha from the other end. More spin coming in. Stephen Wawose on strike. Can he get that single and get his captain on strike? We just saw how he punished that last delivery from Roger Mukasa. Very good batsman he is. Riyazat Ali Shah.
Yeah, it's also good to note, Bob, that Stephen can also hit the ball. Though I'm sure in this moment he would be thinking his captain is better suited to hit it further than he would do. Big appeal for LBW. And the umpire, Eric Wandera, is not interested. And Steven gets to live on. Another appeal for LBW. Steven has got to learn to use his bat more than his pads. He seems to know this. Steven tickles it down to fine leg. They get 2 there. That's relieving the pressure a little bit on his Itanda side.
Very good start there from Falaksha. Flicked away looking for a single. Now is the call from his partner, the captain, Riazat Alisha, telling him no need to take those risks. Calls downtown, but there's protection. Juma Miyaji, they can only get a single in the end. Very good over this is from Falaksha. Riazat Alisha back on strike to face the last delivery of Falaksha and the last over of the power play. Can he go for a biggie?
So as Falaksha reorganizes his field, his namesake, Ali Shah, on the batting end, looks around to see where he can exploit the gaps. And in the end, it's a dot ball with a beautiful delivery from Falak. And that brings the end of the 6th over, the end of the power play. And to that effect, we see the experienced left-arm spinner, Henry Senyondo, come into the attack.
Henry Senyondo, the left-arm orthodox. Saw him striking yesterday in his first over, getting rid of Rwanda international Orkidetu Isenge straight away. Very good handy with the ball. The best in the business in Africa is Henry Senyondo. On strike is Steve Wabose. The power play is done. The field is spread. Has a deep square leg, long on. And longer fielders are outside the ring. Calls for a slog sweep there. Very good fielding by young Ismail Munir there in the deep. He might have saved his team 3 runs there at the end. That was struck powerfully by Steve Wabose. He looks livid with himself. He knew that was supposed to go for a boundary. Much needed for Itanda Kayakers. But unfortunately, the young man puts his body behind the line and saves that boundary. Very good to see here youngsters stepping up and leading from the front. Very good contest here between Henry Senyondo and Riazat Alisha. Both Uganda international, but this time round, this is the Elite Waterfalls. Soft hands there. Gets a quick single. Very good batting here. Good cricket all round. Very good to see Riazat Alisha not trying to overhit Henry Senyondo. He knows what he can do with the ball. Lovely piece of bowling there. You could see the message was clear from Riazat telling his partner Steve Wabose, telling him, let's rotate the strike. It is Henry Senyondo. He is a very good bowler. No need to go for rush shots. Very good sharp turn there from Nyondo. Very good economy he had in yesterday's game, just giving away only 3 runs in his spell. Fantastic figures there. You can't buy those figures in a supermarket, as my partner Innocent said. Goes for the reverse over the fielder at slips, races away for a boundary. Very good innovation from Steve Wabose. Didn't get enough connection, but it was enough for it to race away for another boundary. Much needed for Itanda Kayakers. Very good to see these two out there in the middle trying to create a partnership in between. Straight back to the bowler. That's the end of his first over. That's the end of the 7th over. 44 for 2. Always lovely to bat with your captain out there in the middle, especially for these youngsters. Riazat Ali Shah has a lot of experience on his back. This is where, as a batsman like Steve Wabose, has to utilize all these opportunities and take advantage and learn a thing or two from his captain. See how he approaches his innings. We've seen him win a lot of games for Team Uganda in general. Saw him winning the Africa Cup of Nations back in South Africa for Team Uganda. Very experienced player he is, as Falaksha comes into ball his 2nd over.
Very experienced, very exciting with the bat. And we can all agree that in a game of T20, the excitement is often generated from the batters. And we saw that yesterday with the young Juma Miyaji for the Bujagali Rafters. But here, Alicia seems to be comfortable, looking for the singles, bringing Steven on to strike the ball as he bids his time on the wicket, getting his eyes in. Another dot ball, punches it straight down to cover to find the hands of Roger. He doesn't get enough of it. It's definitely not going to run to the boundary. So all they can get from that is 1. And that brings Ali Shah on strike. Punches it down again. Gets the single.
Good rotation of strike all round from these two out there in the middle. Calls for a big swing there. Doesn't time it sweetly, but he can only get a single. See Karabo there at mid-wicket, put in a dive. That's the end of the 8th over. The scorecard reads 48 for 2. The run rate is still at 6. Exactly where Brian Masawa wants them to be, because he said anything below 120 he would be very happy to come out and chase. But again, They have a very long batting order, the Itanda Kayakers. And again, it is Riazacha, that man still out there in the middle, goes for the sweep shot, misses everything completely. Very close to taking off the middle stump there. Again, same shot. But he was off balance to go for that quick single. But in the end, there is an overthrow. And Juma Miyaji gives them that single comfortably.
The experience of Henry, the cheekiness of Stephen. That seems to be brewing a little bit of a battle in the middle. Who will get the better of the other? And again, Alicia tickles it in the hopes of getting one. But Roger is there to make sure that that is an impossibility. Slaps it hard. Gets Brian involved, who keeps it just to one.
Very good feeling there from the captain himself at the boundary, denying Riazacha the second run. As we see Senyondo removing the slip fielder, Karabo Motlaka, all the way from Botswana, the captain himself of Botswana, taking him to deep backward point. Can see the intention is clear. He wants to ball it slightly away from Steve Wabose, who is looking to sweep everything from Senyondo's bowling. In the air, fielder under it. It is the captain himself, Brian Masawa, who doesn't drop many. Takes a comfortable catch. He had to run a couple of inches on his right. He goes aerial, Wawose, and he goes back to the dugout. That wicket down. It is that man again, Henry Senyondo, striking.
And the battle between experience and cheekiness leaves cheekiness down-faced as he walks away, knowing that he's been outdone by Henry, who baited him into giving away his wicket. A result that Henry is all too comfortable taking, knowing that he was going to get hit, but not far enough, only straight into probably one of the safest hands on the field.
Every two massive talents out there in the middle. Alpesh Ramjani out there with his captain. Very talented player he is. We saw him back in South Africa in the African Nations, getting a few good knocks for Team Uganda. Can he deliver for the Itanda Kayakers here to a healthy score, a comfortable score that they can defend?
This should be a good partnership, Bob. Looking at the two of them who play for the same club in the local league, They should be knowing each other's batting strengths. They should be knowing how well to play around the obstacles that they'll face. And as such, I believe we should be in for a great spectacle. That was a beautiful over from Henry. If 6 and over was ideal for the captain Brian Masaba, 5.5 will be something for him to smile about. And it will be something for him to think about. Tightening the screws should be what's on his mind right now. Plays it down again. Riyazat just gets the one. But we've all seen Riyazat play like this. Bob, if you remember that final against Tanzania, Riyazat went about looking for the singles, playing with Deus Muhumuza. And it was in the penultimate overs that Riyazat got up and dispatched that ball as far as he could to see the mammoth total that Tanzania set for Uganda become something of a child's play. And in comes a boundary from the new batter, Alpesh Ramjani, who plays it over his shoulders down to fine leg to get that boundary, the much needed boundary.
What just happened there? Plays it over the infield through the extra cover region, but Roger slips. In the end there, that was supposed to be an easy catch and a big wicket for Bujagali Rafters. And he misjudged the run there to give another boundary to Alpesh Ramjani. Back-to-back boundaries. Falaksha doesn't look to be happy at the moment. He knew he had his man. That's the beauty of investing in this beautiful game. You invest in equipment. Get the best spikes out there. Looking for a single, but no is the call from Riyazat Ali Shah. Telling his partner there, Alpesh, that we already have 8 runs. Soft hands there. Quick single in the end. And that's the end of the 10th over. 60 runs for 3. Halfway the mark. Can they accelerate from here moving forward? If they are here to get to a healthy score around 140, 140 plus. See, the wicket is playing some magic with the spinners. Very good side for both Bujagali Rafters and Itanda Kayakers. Remember, they have the youngster Itanda Kayakers, Joseph Baguma. Saw him picking 3 wickets yesterday. As we see the introduction of the captain himself coming into ball from the Ginger Road side. Not sure this is the right call for the captain. Left-handed batsman Alpesh Ramjani on strike. 9 runs so far of 6 deliveries. And he comes on to board the leg spinner. Every left-hand batsman in the world would love to see a leg spinner coming on to ball at this stage of the innings. But there's only one way to find out, ladies and gentlemen. It is a beautiful morning here in Uganda, Kampala, at Lugogo Cricket Oval. Leg side is packed. 3 fielders out there, long on deep square leg and deep mid wicket. Starts with down the leg. Chest is on. The ball is racing away and races away to the boundary. Poor start there from the captain himself. That was a nothing ball from Brian Masaba. Helps it away is Alpesh Amjani.
That would have probably gone for wide, but Alpesh had something on it. Brian returns with a pitch of a delivery that sees Alpesh edge that ball for 1. Gets the single, brings Riyazat into the attack, leaving many with the question, is this where he accelerates or is this where he continues to bide his time? But Brian knows how much of a danger man Riyazat is.
Very good batting there. Sensible cricket from the captain. Soft hands, getting off the strike straight away. Letting Alpesh take on the leggy, the captain himself, Brian Masawa. Lovely comeback there. After going for fast ball boundary. Very good comeback there from the captain. The wicket seems to be doing much there, favoring the spinners. Looks like a day 4, day 5 pitch already. In the air, catch is the call. Who wants it? Fielder under it, and catch taken. And Brian Masawa wins the battle. And Brian Masawa proves me wrong here in the comms box. He gets the wicket of Alpesh Ramjani straight away, who did time that sweetly. His kite, it was in the air for a decade. And the fielder, Obuya, takes a very comfortable catch in the end. 4 wickets down here.
Alpesh's captain, Riyazat, does not seem to be too happy about that. And with the fall of Alpesh's wicket, we see Wazim Bat return to the crease after a small spell outside with an injury. We would also like to thank our sponsors, Pepsi Uganda, Rock Telecom, Ken Bright, Century Cinemax, Uganda Cricket Association, Plascon, Blink Logistics, and Batball. And without these partners, this event would not be as colorful, as cheerful, or as eventful as it is on a Friday today in Kampala. Ho ho! With that injured arm, Wazim reintroduces himself.
Look at that. Was it in the slot? Goes downtown. Out of the park it is. That might have hit a car there. Oh, caused a little bit of traffic there on the roadside there. Massive hit, and Wazim Bat tells the umpire, please bring new balls here. I'm out here to mean business. Remember, he's coming out to bat with a broken finger. He's now dealing in maximums. Much needed for Itanda Kayakers. That was in the slot and punished. That's the biggest so far in the tournament, I must say here, ladies and gentlemen.
I think to say punished is putting it mildly. That ball was surely, for the lack of a better term, it was clobbered with a lot of brute strength. He muscled his way through, gets it out of Lugogo, to the delight of many fans and his teammates. And that brought the end of the over, pushing the total to 72 for 4.
And again, sensible batting there from the captain, Riazat Ali Shah. He knows the damage he can do if he bats till the end. Just taking his time. Rotating strike. Giving Wazim bat strike. Can he go for another biggie? Creates room. Fielder under it. But he can watch it sail over him. Back-to-back sixes for Wazim bat, who is dealing in maximums at the moment.
He means business. I think it did not sit well with him during his time outside receiving treatment that his team was striking the ball so slowly. And he seems to come on to say, pick me, coach. I'll push this score for you.
Drops it short this time round for Laksha. Not giving room to Wazim bat, and he gets a single in the end, but you can see he's still struggling with his index finger there. But again, he knows there's a lot to be done if they're here to register another win. Reminding everyone that these two out here playing in the middle, they are still unbeaten in the tournament.
Falak Shah thought he had a finger on that ball before it uprooted the stumps on the non-striker's end. But the umpire was not interested. Simply shook his head and said, play on.
Very good batting there from the captain. Sensible batting, taking on the arm of Henry Senyondo, who's not the quickest and fastest in the field. And they get 2 runs in the end. Sensible batting. Soft hands, but straight to the bowler. That brought us to the end of the 12th over, 82 for 4. Game on, ladies and gentlemen, as we see Riazat asking for his helmet.
10 from the over. Sees that run rate climb a little bit. So the Itanda Kayakers steadily going at it. That's 12 overs, 82 runs. So Bob, if you had to speculate, what do you think would be the total score at the end of the innings?
I believe if Riazat Ali Shah stays out there until the end, he'll get them to something around 140 plus, which doesn't look like a bad score on this ground here. We saw where the wicket is playing out there in the middle, especially for the spinners who are getting enough turn. And some balls are keeping low, so anything above 7 runs and over will be very handy for Itanda Kayakers. A little bit of chap there from the white armband. You're distracting me in the air, but very safe, straight to long on for a single. Talking about this elite men's category here, how did you find it umpiring in the women category?
It was rather interesting seeing the ladies come out, seeing them play to their heart's content. It was a good tournament. A lot of uncertainties, lots of talent on display, and a lot of cheer, like we saw in the final between the CP Trekkers and Itanda Kayakers. It was left until late, with Bujagali mounting a bit of a fight, but only to be outdone by the net run rate.
As we see there, short ball pulled away. A little bit of footwork there from Falaksha. Juma Miyaji is not happy at the moment. That's another boundary of Wazim Batsbat, who jumps to 27 of 13 deliveries with an injured finger, ladies and gentlemen. Not good fielding there on your screens there from Falaksha. He knows he can do better. Juma Miyaji, on the other hand, is not happy. Steaming in again hard, calls in the block hole. Very good comeback there. Dabbed away by Wazim Bat, straight to mid wicket.
But he seems to be struggling with that hand. And that Yorker did not seem to do him any good, as we see him seem to ask the physio for more wrapping.
I believe that's the reason Juma Miyaji is not a happy man. He is a top quality bowler. He opens the bowling for Team Uganda. He's not happy being played along the ground by Wazim Bat with a broken finger. As he guides that one through third man region for another single.
It is good to note, Bob, that these two, Juma and Riyazat, have their own personal battles going on, which stems from the times they are training together on the national team to the times they play together during the trial games. And they are great friends off the field. But with that, the over comes to an end.
It is 89 for 4 after 13 overs. Riyazat Ali Shah still on 16 of 22 deliveries, whereas his partner was in bat 28 of 15 deliveries. On the other hand, it is the introduction of the young Siraji Nsubuga. We saw him yesterday picking 3 crucial wickets. 2 of those ones were Henry Senyondo, who played across the line and was knocked over, and then Sami Sohel, all the way from Malawi, smashing a 6 of his second delivery and becoming too greedy to go after the third delivery. And Siraji caught his second wicket and ended up bagging 3 wickets in yesterday's game. Can he deliver yet again for the Bujagali Rafters? Talking about Siraji Nsubuga here, he's been here for a long time. Not sure why he hasn't made it to the national side. He's been there in the trial games. I've seen him with some good figures with the ball and even the bat. Is this the time and chance he has to show his skills? Starts with one full, driven powerfully back to the bowler, straight to the side screen. That took microseconds to get to the side screen. Very big shot there from Wazibat, who jumps to 32.
And looking at a replay, Siraj seemed to have wanted to put his boot in the way. A lot is riding on today's fixture. Two great teams, two great sets of players, and a fine game of cricket. Oh, and Wazim leaves it up in the air. Juma comes steaming in to beautifully take the catch to dismiss the danger man.
What a catch that was from Juma Miyaji. Let's wait for the replay. He might have covered 30 meters from the boundary. Look at that. Balls it slightly outside his reach. In the air he was. Juma Miyaji all the way from long off. Covers a lot of ground. Eyes on the ball. Catch taken in the end. Comfortable. And Siraji strike again in his first over. Just talked about yesterday's wickets. Too greedy again from Wazim Bati. Had a boundary and 2 runs. And he tries to go over the bowler's head, but he can only hold out to the only fielder in the deep, Juma Miyaji, who takes a very good running catch in the end. Safe hands. This young man here, Juma Miyaji, you cannot put him out of action. He's everywhere. We saw him yesterday scoring the half century and the first one of the Waterfalls Elite men's category. And now he takes a very lovely running catch there to dismiss Wazimbat, who was looking to be destructive. And it is another youngster, Pascal Murunji, the former captain of the under-19 side that played in West Indies, taking on Siraji Subuga. They know each other, plays it straight to the bowler. Siraji, he is a happy man at the moment.
Speaking of happiness, the captain Brian Masaba settles under that ball, takes a second wicket for Siraji. He should be really happy with himself for introducing Siraji into the attack. And that is 2 crucial wickets in just with a ball to separate them. This seems like it's not going the way for the Itanda Kayakers.
Look at that. Pascal Murunji just faced one delivery and decides to go aerial. It is one of the safest hands in this cricket field. Brian Masava at long on doesn't move even an inch. And Siraji has 2 in 2. Very good bowling from Siraji Sumuga here. Trying to show the selectors what he can do, the skills he has. We just talked about why he hasn't been on the national side. But you can see he comes, he delivers for the Bujagali Rafters at the right time. Just got 2 wickets in no time. As we see the introduction of Anas Beg coming in already. Itanda Kayakers there, 6 down in no time.
Anas, another youngster, the son to the legendary Akbar Baig, who's played his trade with the Tornado Bees, but also, most importantly, he's played for the Uganda national side. Retired, but not out of the game.
And that brought us to the end of the 14th over. 95 for 6. And Siraji Subuga again. He's now, with those 2 wickets, he's leading the bowling chart with 5 wickets. Very lovely to see. Plays a lot of cricket in Rwanda in the domestic league. Has a lot of experience on his back and shoulders. On your screen there, it is Henry Senyondo. Left-arm orthodox coming into ball from the Ginger Road side. Riazat Ali Shah, the lone ranger out there. Still on 16 of 22. He has failed to get a partner there in the middle. Doesn't look to be happy at this stage. Very disappointed with his fellow batsmen. Just throwing away, chipping away easy wickets. Whoa, whoa, what a ball, what a delivery, what a pitch of delivery that was.
Oh, wow. This does look like a dancing studio. A little bit of Zumba, a little bit of Rumba, and a few steps. You could think there's a song playing on the wicket over there. And Henry Senyondo, the singer.
What a delivery that was from Henry Senyondo, the only bowler who's getting that much turn on this wicket. 2 is the call. But the captain, Riyazat Ali Shah, is not interested. Had a very good chat with one of the Rwanda international, Kevin Irakoze, yesterday, telling me that he is a leg spinner, but Henry Senyondo was the only player and the bowler who was turning that ball on the same wicket he was bowling at, asking me if I can let them have a chat and share a few skills after the game. I hope Kevin Irakoze is watching. Flicked away again from Riyazat Ali Shah for a single. Brian Masawa, he's everywhere. Gets in a sharp throw there to the keeper, alerting the keeper.
Brian is definitely not somebody you can take out of the game. When you want to see him take the catches, he'll take the catches. When you want to see him stifle the flow of runs, he'll be there. In short, he is your man when you're out there on the field. And Henry knows that. And that's the end of the 15th over. 99 for 6. With another 5 overs to play. You would think that the Itanda Kayakers would want to step that up, get to a respectable total to give the Bujagali Rafters a good total. Discussions ongoing in the middle between Ali and Anas, with Siraje coming in to the attack.
Driven straight to Juma Miyaji at longer for a single. Can Siraji Subuga yet again deliver for his captain, Brian Masawa, and in general the Bujagali Rafters. These two teams are yet to lose a game in this tournament, but either way, one of them has to lose today. And especially in this game here, it is a double header for Itanda Kayakers, who are taking on later in the afternoon the CP Trekkers, who lost their double header day yesterday. Big shot. Catch is the call. And catch taken. And Siraji Sumuga yet again delivers for Bujagali Rafters. He gets rid of the captain himself. And this is the big fish. Riyazat Ali Shah. Very impressed with this young man here, Siraji Sumuga. Bags his 3rd wicket of the day. Can see walking back, Riyazat Ali Shah knows he didn't time that one. But he has to walk back to the dugout with one of the horrible and very low scoring innings he has ever had. 18 of 24 deliveries.
I must say, Bob, the youngsters today all seem to be in song. This is the one team we get to see with plenty of young talent on their side. And so far, they've all been doing well. We've seen Juma Miyaji take a brilliant catch. We've seen Munir take another brilliant catch in the deep. We've also seen Peter Ochen with the ball strike and pick 2 wickets in the 2 overs he so far bowled. I must say, the youngsters today are really having a ball out there. Two was the call, but it doesn't seem like this new batter, Bilal Hassan, would have made it, so he said no, stuck to his guns and just took the one.
Looking for a second one, but the fielders are very agile in the field. And that's 100 up for Itanda Kayakers. They got to the three-digit figures in 15.4. Pulled away again. No fielder. One bounce for 4. Poor delivery there from Siraji Subuga. Don't want to bowl those lines to tail enders. That brought us to the end of the 16th over. It is 106 for 7.
And we would like to thank our partners again. Rock Telecom, your internet service providers. If you're looking for cheap internet, look no further. You have Rock Telecom to support you. For just 1,200 shillings, you can get yourself 24 hours of unfettered access to the internet. Come to Lugogo, find the beautiful young ladies dressed in blue and ask for a voucher. You will have access to the internet. You will watch the games live on your phones. Henry Senyondo is back into the attack to bowl the 17th. Starts with a dot ball. And with his second ball, Anas hits him down the mid-wicket region, deep, only to find Brian, who limits them to just a single. And that brings Bilal Hassan to face off against Henry, who's bowling his 4th and final over of the innings. That did not carry, stayed up in the air, but there was no one there to take the catch to dismiss Bilal. Safely takes a single, pushing that total to 108.
What a delivery there again from Henry Senyondo. No clue from back there, the batsman. Two is the call. But you don't want to take on the arm of Robinson Obuya there at long on. Very good toss here to win for Bujagali Rafters. Brian Masaba said it earlier that 120 would be very comfortable for him and his side to chase. What just happened there? An overstepping from a spinner. Not many times we see that happen.
That is very strange. I will tell you that. No ball from a spinner. You would think it could be for field placements, but no. Henry overstepped.
Not sure why every time there's a no ball here, a free hit, there's always an ambulance passing around here in the corner. Is it the sound of the free hit here at Kampala, especially here at the Oval? I had something like that yesterday. There was a no ball free hit, and then straight away there was an ambulance passing around here the corner.
We could go with ambulance, or we could say somebody important, so to speak, was passing by. It's hard to differentiate between an ambulance passing by and somebody's personal security guards. But all in all, from Bob's observations, there seems to be the sounds of sirens for every no ball, which is followed by a free hit. Coincidence, Bob? I think not. And the tournament's leading wicket taker, Sirajan Subuga, comes back for his third over. Oh. Six runs.
You don't want to ball there to tail enders. Bilal Hassan doesn't waste any time. Again in the air. Fielder needs a lot of ground to be covered there. It is Brian Masawa puts in a dive in the end, but the dive goes in vain. And guess what? Another free hit from a spinner. This time round it is Siraji Subuga. These extra runs can be very crucial in the end. Not good looking signs here for Bujagali Rafters, giving away free runs. Already 121 so far in this innings. These two out there, Bilal Hassan, who is on 17 off 7. He can get them over that, over the line to 145 plus. Free hit. Plays it straight to the fielder. Brian Masabo takes a catch in the end. Not sure he knew it was a free hit, because he took that catch comfortably, waiting to celebrate. And then the wicketkeeper told his captain, throw the ball. Look at him there on your screens. He might have been surprised by that call. Cross across the line. Fielder there. Drops a sitter. What have you done there, young Munil Ismail?
You know, Bob, from an umpire's perspective, like I was saying, Bob, from an umpire's perspective, that call for no ball is not something that you who is outside can be able to judge. Sometimes it's met with ridicule from the fielders, but in the end, the umpires are the sole judges and keepers of the law on the field. And this time, the chance is taken. He's left one too many up in the air. But this time he hits it straight to the safest hands on the field, who's taken his third catch of the game so far.
Look at that. In the slot. Digs it out. Holds out one fielder, the best in the business. Brian Masawa already had taken a catch, but off a free hit. But this time round, the batsman has to depart. Bilal Hassan was looking to be very destructive, striking the ball over 200. And in no time, Sirajin Subuga bags his fourth wicket in the game, only conceding 28 runs so far. His 2.5 deliveries. On your screen there is another youngster there, Joseph Baguma, another top quality spinner, a young man who's picking wickets for fun in the past couple of months.
Yeah, Bob, speaking of youngsters, it is important to note that the tournament organizers made it known to all teams that they must draft at least 2 under-19 players. And of the 2 drafted, 1 must be on the playing 11 on a match day. For the Bujagali Rafters, we have seen Peter Ochen on the team. Brilliant pace bowler who's coming onto the side, has impacted his team. And for the Itanda Kayakers, in there to bat are 2 youngsters, 2 under-19 players. Joseph Baguma, who played with the under-19 team last year in West Indies. And on the other side is another youngster, Anas Baig. 2 great talents. And bowling to them is another youngster from under-19, Juma Miyaji. And the young Baguma is beaten for pace. Seems to have swung late and did not find the ball there.
And the introduction of Juma Miyaji straight away. We all know what he can do in the death overs. Loves bowling the deadliest Yorkers. One of the best in the business, bowling at the death. We saw him knocking over batsmen at the end there. Calls for the rib cage there. Tabs it straight to mid-wicket for a single. The youngster there, Joseph Baguma. Juma Miyaji, very agile and athletic there. Very good to see these 2, talking about the West Indies under-19. These 2 were together in the West Indies. But here, this is the elite. Juma Miyaji means business here. No time to bring the past here. Tells Baguma Joseph, this is the elite. Can he nail that Yorker? Which he does comfortably. Steaming in hard. Calls for the short ball. Charges him. Misses everything completely. Very good bowling here from the young Juma Miyaji. Still wicketless. 3.3. Giving away 17 runs. He doesn't mind. He knows he doesn't get wickets, but he knows he can be very handy with the bat too. Saw him being the man of the match in yesterday's game with his handy 52 runs. And the man of the match in that game, short ball again, pulled away, misses everything completely. Very good to see the energy coming in to bowl the 18.4. Still charging in very hard. Lovely scenes to see here.
Yeah, we are seeing quite the aggression from both the bowler and the batter. However, fast Juma comes in, and that seems to show that he is equal to measure. But he has missed all the 2. Make that 3 now. And Juma is beating his counterpart for pace. I'm sure Anas would love to put back to that ball. But Juma, being Juma, he knows for a fact that it's not going to be that easy. He's not going to make it that easy for the batters, and neither does he wish to. He's more than happy to keep dotting. And finally, Anas connects with 1. But that's hit down mid-on to get 1. And that brings a close to the over. After 19. The score is 129 for 8. Would also like to thank our drinks partners, Pepsi, for the refreshments on the field, for the players, for the fans, and everyone present at the Lugogo Cricket Oval. Plascon, color your world. If you look no further, if you're looking to paint, be it a house, be it your bathroom, or be it your shop, or anything you would love to have a spray of paint on, look no further. You have Plascon there for you. Would also like to say thank you to Blink Logistics, Batboy Uganda, Ken Bright, Ken Bright Insurance, if you're not aware, Century Cinemax. You're looking to catch a movie? Look no further. And back into the action for the last over. Brian Masaba comes into the bowling attack. He takes on that responsibility. So here we see the batters have both decided to take off their cages. Who knows, maybe they could be thinking that they're not getting enough on the ball. It's a very soft dismissal. Joseph Baguma hits it straight into covers to a fielder who easily throws the ball back to the captain to have him run out. All the way from Rwanda, Inyas comes in to face the last 4 deliveries of the innings. But it will be Baig on the receiving end who lofts it up in the air. And they managed to get 2. They stole 2 runs off the lackluster fielding of Peter Ochen in the deep, who saw the ball bounce in front of him. And he did not look up to see the batters take a second. Two is the call again. They come running in. Out. He's run himself out this time. Beautiful throw in from Roger Mukasa to wrap the innings up at 130. of this game between the Itanda Kayakers and the Bujagali Rafters. In the first innings, the Kayakers set a total of 133, leaving Bujagali with 134 runs needed to take this home. We thank the sponsors, Batball Uganda, Plascon, Blink Logistics, Uganda Cricket Association, Rock Telecom, Pepsi, Ken Bright Insurance, and Century Cinemax.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here at Lugogo Cricket Oval. On your screen there is Rwanda International left arm quick Inyasi Nirenganya opening the bowling. Roger Mukasa on strike. Straight away on the money. Plays it straight to covers. Starts off with a dot ball Inyasi Nirenganya. Very impressive figures yesterday, 3 for 15. And bagging the man of the match in yesterday's game. Picking up 2 crucial wickets up front there for Simon Sezazi and Sami Sohel for a golden duck. Into the block hole straight away is Inyasi Nirenganya. Very good, energetic bowler he is.
Exciting too, I must say, with that left arm. A bit of a pain to very many right-handed batters. And we can see that Roger is more than happy to keep playing him dead. But we all know Roger is the kind of batter that waits on that one delivery that he knows can get him the maximum.
Very good to see this young man here all the way from Rwanda bowling at Roger Mukasa. One of the best in this format. Loud appeal there. But that looked like it was a little bit higher. These two go a long way. I saw in the previous tournament back in Rwanda in December, the Tri-Nation T20 Cup, Inyasi Nirenganya got a wicket of Roger Mukasa. He had to celebrate for that wicket for almost a week, knowing that he had taken one of the best players in Africa in T20 cricket. That was gone. If it was direct hit, Roger Mukasa was a goner there. Poor running there up front from Roger Mukasa. Gave up a little bit early. And he's off the mark, as well as Bujagali Rafters.
Falak Shah, his batting partner, will face the next delivery.
Can Inyasi deliver up front for his team in the power play? Very, very deadly in the power play. Straight away on the money, straight to long on. Very lovely over to start with, giving away only 1 run. That brought us to the end of the first over. 1 run on board.
And into the attack on the other end from the shell end is Bilal Hassan, opening bowler for the Uganda Cricket Cranes. Another exciting prospect with the ball. We see Roger ask the umpire before taking his guard. And he's double checking just to make sure he's not caught off guard. For we all know Bilal Hassan can ball it into the stumps.
Swing and a miss there from Roger Mukasa, trying to play it over the fielder at covers, but he's beaten by the outswing of Bilal Hassan. Roger Mukasa today, his approach is different compared to yesterday's game. Yesterday he was looking to be destructive in his short stay at the crease, getting 28 runs in no time and chipping away an easy wicket, not converting his 20 into a big score. Today you can see he's trying to get his eye in, taking his time. Already has faced 5 deliveries.
I don't think Roger would be all too happy to repeat the mistake that cost him his wicket yesterday. Like we all saw, he did not seem very happy after hitting that ball straight into Frank Nsubuga of the CP Trekkers.
Flicked it finer to deep square leg for a single. Didn't try to overhit that one. Very good approach up front from Roger Mukasa. We all know how destructive he can be. But he knows today's win will mean a lot to Bujagali Rafters. As we see Falaksha on strike. Solid batting there from these two. They know they need 6.5 and over if they're to chase 133. They have a very good batting depth. Steaming in is Bilal Hassan. Flicked away. Finer this time. Fast boundary of the innings and the chest. Straight away off the blade of Falaksha. Pulls it slightly into the pads and helps it a long way. Lovely good looking shot from Falaksha. It is the power play. The fielders are only 2 allowed outside the ring.
I must say that was beautifully tucked away with a little bit of expression that we often hear coming in from the fans. Nobody move. Just a flick of the wrist.
Same ball, same shot, but this time round straight to the fielder. A deep square leg for a single. And that brought us to the end of the second over. Seven runs for no loss for Bujagali Rafters. Nyasi Nirenganya coming in to ball his second over from the Ginger Road side. Just balled a very lovely fast over, giving away only 1 run. Much fuller this time, but plays Z2 mid on for a dot ball. Very good bowling from this youngster here. Very good future he has.
This is indeed a tournament for the youngsters. Inyasi, only 20 years old, Rwanda international, giving headache to the batters. Very impressive in his first game. Looking to continue in the second. Oh, how unfortunate. Misfield down in the deep. It pushes their total up by 4 runs.
Kasonko, the fielder there in the deep, mistimed his run there. And the ball spun back to his left, where he had already lost his balance, and gets a boundary. Good comeback there into the block hole straight away, not giving room to Falaksha, who's very good playing the balls coming to his pads. Very good wrist player he is, Falaksha.
So earlier in the game, we saw Roger also lose his footing in the same region. Could this be down to the equipment they're using, or could we say they're just unfortunate? Oh, hits that hard. Really, really hard. And the umpire takes a bit of time to confirm whether that went for 4 or went for the maximum. But the fielder gives him the assurance that that went only for 4 runs. That's a good over for the Rafters.
Looks to overhit that straight to the side screen, but Riyazat Ali Shah is very quick on his feet to deny Roger Mukasa a single there. 3 overs down, 15 runs on board. And they are yet to get a wicket.
Roger Mukasa, a player that caused a lot of shivers in many dressing rooms back in the day, playing schools cricket for Kololo Senior Secondary School. His was a name that was revered by many schools. Many bowlers were afraid to bowl to him. But today, we see very many bowlers like Bilal Hassan relish the opportunity to bowl at him and limit him from scoring as much as he can.
Can see there Roger Mukasa on that pull shot is really struggling to time the ball. We all know he loves that short ball. He mistimed that one. He's been struggling. His first of our 10 deliveries, only 2 runs. Not the Roger Mukasa we all know from back in the days, as just mentioned, in the schools week. Along the way, Team Uganda.
Beautifully played by Falaksha, player who plays straight with the Ceylon Lions in Division 1. He seems to be comfortable playing anything bowled at his body.
Look at that on the replay there. Alassane steaming in hard, balls a short ball down the leg, pulls away. Held his best, 1 bounce for 4. That was a nothing ball there. We've seen already 3 boundaries. Scoring them in that region is Falaksha. Very good striking the ball on the leg side, on the hips especially. But they keep feeding him and he's ready to comply and oblige with the bowlers. Hit me ball, takes him apart. And Bujagali Rafters are in the 20s. No. Delivery there into the block hole. And they get a single in the end.
That was beautifully delivered by Bilal, who knew anything short of a Yorker would be easily dispatched. With Falaksha, we can currently say that he is seeing those balls as big as footballs. Seems to have gotten his rhythm on and he's enjoying every moment he's in there. 21 for North.
And again, good fielding there from the captain. A great off. That's the end of the 4th over. 21 for North. The card run rate is at 7.
So this might not be on your screens right now, but Falaksha seems to show a little bit of concern with the ball, and that has got the umpires in the center taking a look at the ball being used. And it's only been 5 overs. We just might see a change in the ball.
On your screen there, it is Olivier Itangishaka, Rwanda International. Today, playing the role of the 3rd umpire. Very good to see Uganda inviting players from across Africa, Rwanda, Malawi, and Botswana. Very good to see moving forward.
To our sponsors, Kenbright Insurance, Rock Telecom, Pepsi Uganda, Blink Logistics. We say thank you to Batball Uganda, Plascon, and Uganda Cricket Association. This tournament would be nothing without all the partners today. If you're looking for something to refresh yourself with, there's Pepsi. I'm sure you can easily get yourself one. You can also have a drink of water. Just look for Aquafina anywhere on the ground. I am certain you will find plenty to drink. If you're looking for a little bit of energy, there is Sting. Great alternative.
Nyasi Nirenganya, all the way from Rwanda, has been given his third over. Riazat Ali Shah, the captain, trusting the Rwanda international, telling him, I know you can give us a gnarly breakthrough here, or try and break this partnership. Balls it slightly into the pads, flicked away by Falak Shah for another easy single there. Very good delivery, good cricket all round from these two. Nyasi Nirenganya, this young man here, just 20 years of age. He comes from a village called Ndera district, where we also have half of the players who played in the Under-19 World Cup in South Africa. This young man here, Nyasi Nirenganya, there on your screen. I remember 2 years ago, 1 or 2 years ago, he used to walk 8 kilometers to just come at the ground at IPRC for training. But you can see already it's now paying off at the early stage, just 20 years of age. Very bright future ahead for this young man here. Very energetic. In the air. Catches the call. Puts in a dive. Good effort there. But he spills it. Half chance there. But he's gonna go down as a drop catch. You can see straight away why Riazat Ali Shah gave Nyasi his that over. He knew he can deliver.
Great ball there to be hit, but mistimed by Falak Shah. Almost giving out his wicket. Innocent Mwebaze, the substitute fielder who came in for Wazim Bat, who's injured. But we also see the physios come running in to attend to Innocent, who could have injured himself as well.
$24 for no loss for Bujagali Rafters. But 24 for no loss. Look at that again on the replay. Looked to go over the infield. Kept his eyes on the ball. Dropped seat on the last minute. Very good backup by the captain, who keeps looking at his fielder, asking if he's okay. But he is a strong man. He's back on his feet. He knows there's a lot to be done if they are to defend 133 and get their second win in the tournament. Left. Roger Mukasa on strike. Still on 4 runs off 13 deliveries. Not the Roger Mukasa we all know. We all know he can switch gears at any time. Flashes hard. Same fielder, misfield there. But they're not interested in the second run. Very good fielding there from the young man. A lot of frustration in that shot from Roger Mukasa. He's not timing the ball. Striking below 50. Not ideal for Roger Mukasa and the whole team Bujagali Rafters. They expect him to up his game at this moment. And this stage, especially We're still in the power play. Into the block hole, flicked away straight away. Took a Sonko at deep square leg for a single. Very good wrist player he is, Falaksha.
They seem more than happy to just get the singles. I think this goes to show how much of an effort they have to put in to face off against Inyasi, a bowler who seems to be running a few circles around them. Oh, he bowls that short this time, but he still has cover at deep square. Gets another single to end the over.
That's over number 5. 27 for Nolos. Five overs gone, 27 for Nolos. Very good figures there for the young Inyasi. 3 overs, giving away only 13 runs. And the captain himself comes in from the shell end. Saw him yesterday again coming in, fast over, getting a wicket of Orkide Tuisenge, Rwanda International. Very good exposure for every player participating in this elite. Get a chance to meet new friends from all over the world. Very good contest here. Riazat versus Roger Mukasa, up and over. Chase is on, looking for a second one. They get there comfortably. Again, he didn't time that one. That would have gone for a maximum or a boundary. But he hits the bottom of the bat of Roger Mukasa. That was a very good looking shot, but it didn't go all the way as he would have expected it to go. Again, Roger struggling to pierce that gap there between covers and mid-off. Playing it straighter to the fielder. Haven't seen Roger 5 overs so far. He hasn't gone for the ramp shots or the cheeky ones or charging down the bowlers. Swing and a miss, and it misses everything, including the wicketkeeper's gloves. Steve Wawose, who looked to be dozing off there behind the stumps. Not happy is Riazat Ali Shah. That was a very good delivery, and it goes for a bye, 4 runs.
This reminds me of my days playing for the Wanderers Cricket Club. When you said swing and miss, you reminded me of my captain then, Dennis Musali, who had a tendency to chap at the batters, telling them that his grandmother drives the ball better than they do. But with this next ball, he makes contact, tickles it down to square leg to get a single and bring Falaksha onto the strike.
On the other side of the wall, it is the semi-finals of the Under-19s World Cup. New Zealand taking on India. India won the toss and elected to field. New Zealand women are on 63 for 4 in 10.1. Very good game it's going to be.
And again with his wrists, Falaksha flicks it off his pad, off of Ali's bowling, to give himself the single, rotate the strike and bring Roger back on to face. And would like to give a special thanks two health partners that we saw earlier run into the field to help take care of the injuries to Innocent Mwebaze and Wazim Bat a lot earlier. That was a bad ball. I think it's safe to say that Roger really is struggling out there. We've seen him dispatch those for 6. But that did not click for him.
Roger that.
That brought us to the end of the power play. 35 for no loss. Very good for the Bujagali Rafters. But again, you don't want this game to go down to the wire. Just need under 100 runs in 14 overs.
Change of is coming left round the wicket.
Very good batting depth there they have. So where now the field is spread, this is where they have to try and keep rotating the strike as much as possible. But again, we saw Falaksha struggling there, running in between the wickets. And Ramjani Alpesh comes straight after the power play into the attack from the Ginger Road. On the pads again. Not interested for the second run here. Very interestingly to see how Riyazat Ali Shah is going to set his field here. Already we have seen from this delivery that they are not interested in taking doubles. Is he going to keep one fielder closer to the bat or the batsman to keep them from taking those quick singles? Goes hard, flashes, misses everything. We've seen him getting out on a similar shot for quite a couple of times. But this time wrong, the ball misses everything. Cut powerfully, but there's protection in the deep. Is Kasonko. A little bit of jumper there, but again, they're not interested in taking the double.
Roger is still being restricted to getting ones, bringing his tally to 9 off of 20 balls. And his batting partner on the other side, Falaksha, with a strike rate of just over 130.
In the air, catch is the call, and catch taken by Kasonko. First wicket, they draw first blood. It is Falaksha who departs, trying to go over the fielder at deep square leg for a maxima, but he holds out the only fielder there, Kasonko, all the way from Malawi. It is Karabo Motlaka coming in to bat, another left-hand batsman, the captain of Botswana.
So as we can see from the replays, that ball was there to be hit, but Falaksha mistimed his strike, left it high up in the air. I think Alpesh Ramjani should be thinking and thanking the gods for sparing him that. A ball that could have easily been dispatched for 6.
Rabo Motlaka joins Roger Mukasa, who's struggling. You won't believe if I told you Roger Mukasa is on 10 runs off 22 deliveries. That doesn't sound like Roger Mukasa, we all know, but again, his partner Karabo, yesterday, he also had a very rusty innings there. Took his time to get used to the wicket. Let's see what he has to do for his team this time round. Bujagali Rafters would very hope for him to have known the wicket very well as he gets off the mark with that flick through mid-wicket for a single. Straight away off the mark on the pads. Not sure why the Kayakers Raptors are bowling a lot on the pads.
Alpesh Ramjani, another one of the Cricket Cranes players, a man who made his debut for the national side at the Africa T20 Championships in South Africa in 2022. A tournament that saw him contribute with the bat and with the ball, eventually seeing him walk away with his first medal, winner's medal. He comes back here to partner with Riyazat Ali Shah, his partner in a local cricket club in Kampala. They were also crowned champions of the Men's National Cricket League last year. I think we can say he is enjoying the wins a lot more. So we have Alisha returning into the attack. Balls it down toward Kasonko's pad. And Kasonko is easily plays that off of the pad to get two. Big chance for a run out there. The throw from Innocent Muevas, it wasn't the best of throws. But then again, Riyazat Alisha was not standing behind the stumps. And that gives Roger a second life. I think Roger is a little too eager to rotate the strike with his partner. And that's another ball into the pad. But that should have been pitching outside the line of leg stump.
I must say here, Riyazat Ali Shah is lucky to get away with that. That's a go-to shot for Karabo Mutlaka. Very good wrist player. Catch, edge untaken this time round. He departs without damaging the scorecards. Karabo Mutlaka scoring only 3 runs of 6 deliveries. Very good comeback there. Balls one on the leg side into the pads. And comes back with a sharp outswinger to get rid of the Botswana international captain Karabo Mutlaka and Bujagali Rafters batsman. Robinson Obuya coming in to bat at number 4. Played a very good handy knock yesterday, hitting 3 big sixes. Can he get his team over the line? Roger Mukasa is still out there.
Beautiful outswinging delivery from Riyazat Ali Shah. Gets a big edge off of it to dismiss Karabo Motlaka. Robinson Obuya, who walks in, initially started off with a single, and he's been gifted a second run off of his first ball that he's faced, bringing that score to 42 for 2 after 7.5 overs. It's the last ball of the over. Still Robinson to face it. And we all know Robinson is the kind of player that can hit them hard. Though he seems to be taking a reserved approach in the early overs of the game. 42 for 2 after 8 overs.
Giving away 4 runs, Riazat in that over and picking up a big wicket of Karabo Mutlaka. Very good to see that Itanda Kayakers are pulling back things. But again, Bujagali Rafters with 8 wickets in hand. They're still in the driver's seat here. But ladies and gentlemen, the game is still on. Don't go anywhere. It is Friday. Beautiful Friday here at Cause. Flashes hard and misses again. Tries to play it over the captain at covers. Beautiful Friday here in Kampala, Uganda. Especially here at Lugogo Cricket Oval. See, the crowd is catching up. Big shot. Downtown. It goes for a biggie. That's out of here. New ball, please. Third umpire, Olivier Itagishaka. That one is not coming back.
Finally, he makes contact. And as you can see from your replays, Alpesh Ramjani just gifted him that ball. And on your screens there, you can see the ball still bouncing on Ginger Road. I think we can say the traffic is not disturbed at all by a flying ball. I think many would call it a UFO, seeing as how not many would recognize it as a cricket ball on Ginger Road. To our sponsors, thank you. Pepsi, Uganda. And for those that are looking for drinks, a little sweeter and bitter, Nile Special has got you covered on a day like this. It's Friday, remember. Let that Nile Special keep you refreshed.
Very good to see Roger breaking his shackles. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching all over the world, that 6 is still traveling. If you know Kampala well, that ball is at Thrones in Bugolobi, still traveling. That was a huge 6. Connected it with perfection. Very good to see Roger breaking his shackles. He jumps to 16 of 24 deliveries in no time. Can he play a match-winning knock here for his team? He has the experience, he has the power, he has the timing. Short ball, cut away powerfully. Chest is on and races away to the boundary, back to back. 10 so far in 2 deliveries. Roger has just switched on the gears. He's now in the beast mode. 20 of 25 in no time. Back to back boundaries.
And in response, Alpesh Ramjani bowls a tricky one. Bowls it down the leg, going away from the batter, leaving Roger with 2 minds. But he still manages to get a single off of the delivery. So the new batter, Robinson Obuya, gets to face Alpesh Ramjani. Plays the front foot, defensive. He looked to try and get a single, but Roger says no. We already have 11 from the over. Beautiful delivery to end the over. But Roger will be the happier of the 2 batters, leaving the Itanda Kayakers a little puzzled, for they thought they had Roger pegged. But he seems to have decided to switch on. .53 for 2 after 9.
It is a double header for Itanda Kayakers today, who later this afternoon are taking on the CP Trekkers, who hasn't registered a win in this tournament so far. And the equation has gone down to 81 runs needed in 11 overs, or you can call it 66 balls with 8 wickets in hand. Required run rate is at 7 point. Big shot again over the fielder at Longon. Longon, who can watch it sail over him. Roger Mukasa in the beast mode.
My, can we say he drove that beautifully. Plays a beautiful on drive for 6, getting the maximum. It's business time for Roger. Riazad knows that. Balls it short, but Roger is able to guide it down, get a single, and rotate that strike.
Roger Mukasa, before these 4 deliveries, the last 4 deliveries, was striking the ball below 50. But after those 3 massive hits, he's now striking the ball at 100. Very good looking for Bujagali Rafters here. He's now on 28 of 28 deliveries, 100% strike rate for him, with 2 big maximums at the 4. And these 2 are picking singles easily.
Rotate the strike, as coach, the legendary Sam Walusimbi, often tells his players, be it for the Wanderers or be it for the other teams he's coached. He's always advocating for rotation of the strike. That brings Roger back, and he manages to get a single as well, bringing Obuya back on strike.
Interestingly here at Lugogo Cricket Oval, we haven't seen the introduction of the young Joseph Baguma into the attack. We all know every time he's handed the ball, he picks up wickets with ease. Can this be the time to hand over the youngster the ball and break this partnership, which looks to be very destructive? One is hitting, another one is rotating the strike. Healthy edge there. Chase is on by Young Inyasi. He gets there in time. But again, they get 2 runs in the end. Very good running between these 2. 11 runs so far with only 1 maximum. Other runs have come off their running between the wickets. Very good to see in cricket. When you get a maximum or a boundary on the first ball, it's always nice to rotate on that boundary. That's what they're doing best here, making the chase look very easy.
I think it is safe to go with Roger Mukasa. Oh, he bowls it short. Bit of a miss time from Obuya, but they still managed to get one. We have seen Obuya hit those out of the park, but not in this occasion. End of the 10th. At the halfway mark. The score is 65-2. So, Bob, you spoke of Joseph Baguma, and I think the captain had you, and he's decided to introduce Baguma, the under-19 prospect, brilliant off-spinner, who is already playing with the national side.
Let's hope it's not too late for the Itanda Kayakers bringing him when two batsmen are set, especially Roger Mukasa. But again, this young man here, he picks wickets for ease. Very good variation he has at his early stage. Very calm young chap he is. Coming into ball from the Ginger Road side. Good to see how Roger Mukasa is going to play out this young man here. Straight away, swing and a miss from Roger Mukasa. A little bit of change in field there. Riazat Ali Shah goes to deep square leg there. Three fielders on the leg side. Don't go on long off, deep square leg. And deep mid wicket for young Baguma. Can he deliver for his team here and break his partnership? Goes hard and goes big. That is out of here. New ball, please.
At this rate, we might just have to use a full box of balls. Baguma balls it straight into the hitting areas of Roger with his long reach. Picks it up beautifully. Down to cow corner. 6 more. I think those who are having an early lunch at the restaurant by the tennis courts must have been surprised and shocked at the sound of a ball dropping on the roof of the restaurant.
What a massive hit that was. A lot of job to be done by the third umpire, Olivier Intagishaka there. Coming in every hour after 6 or maximum from Roger Mukasa, who is on 35 of 31 deliveries. 3 maximum on the boundary.
You see, Bob, with the inclusion of the under-19s on all these teams, Joseph Baguma, who is not only under-19, but also playing with the senior side, seems to be following the path of the legendary Frank Nsubuga. Frank Nsubuga debuted for the national team at the age of 16, and Joseph Baguma, just a year older, debuted for the national team at the age of 17. Good to say that we have bright prospects for the national team. The cricket cranes seem to be having a lot of talent with the younger generation of cricketers. And with the next 3 deliveries after being clobbered for 6, Baguma recovered well to only give out 1 run. In total, he's given out 8 runs in his over. Beautiful bowling spell. But it's good to see that he's not just bowling. He seems to be learning from his mistakes. And we haven't seen him put the same ball to Roger again after being hit for that massive 6.
Very good comeback from that young man there, Joseph Baguma. Very good that he held his nerve. He went for a biggie and then ended up giving away only 2 runs off that 6. Very good variation. Bowling a quicker one. We saw that quicker one that beat slightly the outside edge of Robinson Obuya's bat. Luckily enough, he didn't connect that one. A pitch coming in from the other end. Cuts powerfully straight to the field that covers the captain. In the slot, straight, powerfully driven. Puts in the dive. But the dive goes in vain. Roger Mukasa, a.k.a. Papa, is dealing in boundaries and maximums.
And as we can see from the replays there, balls a little straighter, but Roger is equal to the task, driving it straight to the screen. Despite the fielder's effort, we all knew he would come in second in the run chase. Balls it down again. Roger swings, misses, and they get a single. But that is given as a bye. And now we have Robinson Obuya back on strike. It's a big shout, big shout, big shout. The umpire likes it. Gives him out. Leg before wicket. And we can see Robinson unhappy with himself.
Looking at that on the replay, goes across the line. Cricket terms, that is called plumb. Dead. Much needed wicket. Let's hope the Itanda Kayakers, it's not too late for them. They need the wicket of Roger Mukasa, who is on 40 of 35 if they are yet to defend their score. But again, the required run rate is at 6 runs and over. Every team in this world chasing, when you have a required run rate of 6 and 7 wickets in hand, you would rather tell your 3 last batsmen to pad off and go have an early lunch.
That was a great call from the umpire to dismiss Robinson, who was trapped with his foot in front of the wicket. Let's not forget our partners in this tournament: Century Cinemax, Kenbright Insurance, Rock Telecom, and the cricketing powerhouses Uganda Cricket Association and Batbo Uganda, biggest supporters of cricket in Uganda.
Off the mark straight away, Kakuru Cyrus with that sweep. Talking about these youngsters here, Kakuru Cyrus, he's been struggling to get runs, but we all know the potential he has and the skills. That's the end of the 12th over. 79 for 3. Kakuru Cyrus on strike. You've seen this young man grow, but he's been struggling to get runs. I've seen him back in Rwanda scoring a century, scoring some handy knocks for his domestic club there, Telugu Royals. Not sure what's troubling him in these last few months.
Kakuru Cyrus, also a graduate of the under-19 team that went to West Indies to play in the World Cup. And speaking of the under-19 team, here are 2 players that shared the field. Cyrus Kakuru, who was Joseph Baguma's wicket keeper each time they would take to the field. These 2 seem to have an understanding of each other. That's a second dot ball from Baguma. Oh, beautifully struck. Gets down on one knee. Picks it up. Maximum again.
Look at that on the replay there. Was it? Tries to ball a leggy there. Held his nerve. Good shape there. Big six there to the Kalkon region. You can see the intention is clear from Brian Masaba and his batsmen there. They don't want to get this game down to the wire. Finish as quick as possible. Only 49 runs in 45 balls with 7 wickets in hand. Balls is slightly quicker this time round. And this is the beauty of this format, T20 format here. You miss a hit. Good cricket. Straight drive there to get a single and get Roger Mukasa, who is on 40 on strike. Lovely piece of batting from this Kakuru Cyrus. This is more of the Kakuru we all know.
Yep. Big hitter of the ball. Good brains behind him. Oh, cheeky. Very cheeky from Roger Mukasa. That's 4 runs added onto his total. With both batters striking at just over 110%. We can say they are well into trying to win this game for them.
Lovely shot there. Past time he has played a cheeky shot and it comes in the 13th over. Very sensible batting here from Roger Mukasa, leading from the front, leading the whole batting unit. 44 of 36. Can he get his team over the line and register the second half century in the tournament? Quick run there. Yeah, they're going for a second one. No, it's a call from Roger Mukasa. Telling his partner there, Kakuru Cyrus, you have to be alert. 90 up in no time for 3. Ramjani bowling his last over of his quarter. Cut away again powerfully. 2 is the call. They are running very hard. Pasco Murunji. What a throw from the young man there, Pasco Murunji. Flicked away. Looking for a second one again, but Butaya is very quick on the field. Sharp throw there from these young boys at the boundary. You don't want to take on their arms.
I must say, Lutaya has been rather silent today. Very unfortunate with the bat. Oh, played that straight over the bowler's head to the screen. It's another 4 runs for Roger. Bring his score to 49.
If you've watched a series called Arrow, that ball went straight as that arrow. No chance whatsoever for any fielder here. Just 1 run shy of his first half century in this elite Waterfalls T20 men's category. Lovely batting from Roger Mukasa here. Started off struggling, not timing the ball, but as soon as he switched its gears, things are flowing. Everything the bat is touching is flowing. In the air, catch it is. He misses out on the half century. Plays it a little bit on the back foot and straight to the fielder at point. Pascal Murunji. Leave it with himself is Roger Mukasa walking back to the dugout. But I believe he has done the damage for the Bujagali Rafters, cause he's just walking out.
Alpesh from Johnny bowled it a little short. Roger was more than happy to cut, but unfortunately he cut it straight into the safe hands of Joseph Baguma, the youngster and the rising player who hails and still studies with Nyakasura Senior Secondary School all the way in Fort Porto, a whooping 300 kilometers away from Kampala. But he's still here today to show you that distances are nothing to him when it's cricket involved. And in comes to bat another youngster, the all-exciting Juma Miyaji, a young man who walked away with the player of match yesterday with his contributions both with the bat and with the ball. Another under-19 graduate.
We've seen that a couple of times. Juma Miyaji doesn't go for the fast, very ball he faces. And that's the end of the 14th over. 97 for 4. Just 37 runs needed of 36. 6 wickets in hand. A ball here for the Bujagali Rafters.
So in the action there are 3 players who all played with the under-19 team. All youngsters, all whose captains have given them the mantle to take this game on for them. Baguma with the ball for the Itanda Kayakers. Then we have Kakuru and Juma for the Bujagali Rafters, trying to steal the win for Brian Masaba and his charges.
Now is the call from Juma Miyaji, telling his partner there, Kakuru Cyrus, a lot of under-19 graduates here in this game here. Kakuru Cyrus, Juma Miyaji in action, and the bowler himself, Baguma Joseph. Very good to see here. And Pascal Murunji as well in the field. He was their captain. Ronald Lutaya. The future, I must say, the future of Uganda cricket, it is bright here. You see these young boys, they are playing this much competitive cricket at this early stage. Very good looking. The coaches must be proud of themselves. Wherever you are, grab a drink on me.
And speaking of drinks, look no further than the soft drinks provided by Pepsi Uganda, or rather, if you're into the other beautiful drinks that our friends love very much, Bob in particular loves the Cassolite from Nile Special, another of our sponsors. But I'm certain there's many of you out there who will say Cassolite is for the ladies. Drink Nile, as Innocent will tell you a lot about it. He says, go hard or go home. And that's Nile Special for you.
What a piece of bowling by this young man here. Giving a little bit of chop to his partner there, Juma Miyaji. Remember, he gave him a short ball earlier in the first innings when Baguma was batting. Now, Baguma is giving it back to him. He's telling him, you can see there on the face, he's not smiling at all. He's telling the batsman, I'm slow but tricky. Again, another dot ball. 4 on the trot. Slow but tricky.
We can see the frustration building on Juma's face. He's not too happy with himself. But this time he manages to sneak away a single. The two of them look at each other right in front of the umpire. But the umpire is more than happy to let this slide because he knows this is just friendly banter.
On your screen there, it is the end of the 15th. 99, one shy from the 3-digit mark. On your screen there is the king of the reverse swing. Bilal Hassan is brought back into the attack to see if he can clean up these two out there in the middle. Itanda Kayakers need a miracle from here if they're to defend. This is where you see bowlers coming in and taking hat-tricks. A hat-trick can change things here, or a wicket or two. Let's wait and see how Juma Miyaji is going to play out this over of Bilal Hassan. Is he going to go the aerial, or is he going to keep rotating the strike?
Another 5 overs. It is either magic time for the bowler or movie time for the batters. And speaking of movies, Century Cinemax has got you covered for the latest movies. So if you're looking to entertain yourself later in the day after a good game of cricket, just walk to Acacia Mall, walk into Century Cinemax, buy yourself a ticket, and enjoy the latest movies showing today.
Kuro Cyrus on strike, 11 of 9 deliveries.
Every run counts at this point. Cyrus Kakuru mistimes that one, but he still gets a single. Bilal Hassan works hard towards dismissing more of the batters. Bujagali Rafters will be more than happy to know that they still have 6 wickets in hand. But they will be waiting on a result. 33 needed.
Swing and a miss there. Good bowling there from Bilal Hassan. Gives him a stare.
Bilal and Juma Miyaji, both bowlers for the senior men's side. They all know each other's strengths. They know each other's weaknesses. I must say, when you watch these two bowl at each other in the trial games, each time Bilal bowls to Juma and Juma hits him, they have a little bit of banter between them, some chit-chat on who is the better hitter of the ball or who is the better wicket taker.
Run out chance. Misses that. Juma Miyaji was a goner.
That was thrown at the stumps with such ferocity that would have gone for overthrows.
That was going to be, talking about the overthrows, that was going to be the first ever overthrow I've seen that goes for 1 bounce. That boy had thrown that ball. Luckily enough, the captain was behind there backing up.
Oh, he did not see where that one went. Got an inside edge. And the man in the deep square is there to back up his bowler just to make sure that it's just one run taken off of that.
Very good bowling there indeed from Bilal Hassan, just giving away only 4 runs in this over, not giving room to the batsman. Last over coming, we all know last ball, I beg your pardon, coming. We all know these last balls can be very cruel. It can be a wicket, it can be a maximum, it can be a boundary, it can go either way around. Oh, he plays it with comfort straight to long on for a single. Very good, sensible batting. Juma Miyaji. Talking about this young man here, Juma Miyaji. As we see the end of the 16th over, 104 for 4. Talking about Juma Miyaji, you've seen most of these young boys here grow. Juma Miyaji started as a tail ender who can bat, a bowler who can bat. But now, when you look at his scores and the way he bats, his approach, the intensity, he looks more of a proper batsman to me.
Yes, Bob. Juma is a lot happier lately to have that responsibility given to him. The coaches seem to have faith in his ability to strike that ball. And he is more than happy to take on that role of a batter.
This is the over, ladies and gentlemen. Baguma is being given his last over of the quarter. Miyaji on strike. Into the block hole as a spinner. Very lovely to see this young man. Gets a single. Straight to the captain at long on for a single.
I think Juma at this point would be asking Cyrus to give him a single. It seems like he has some bit of unfinished business with Baguma. Oh, oh wow. And again, on his knee. The captain, Alisha, misjudged, mistimed that. He mistimed his run. What could have been a catch? What could have been a catch ended up being runs given. But the question there is, had that ball crossed the boundary? We see the umpires coming together to have a bit of a discussion. So initial call was just a single off of the delivery.
Let's look at that on the replay, ladies and gentlemen. Mistimed that one. One bounce for 4. This time round, he goes downtown area over the bowler's head. No chance whatsoever for any fielder.
So while Juma Miyaji seems to be struggling to play Baguma, Cyrus Kakuru, as we can see from the replay, this is a replay from the previous delivery where we saw the captain mistime his run, and we see that ball bounce.
That surely was 4 runs. He really stepped outside the field. outside the boundary.
Catches the call. Innocent Mwebaze is under that one to make sure that Kakuru this time is dismissed. That brings an end to his innings. Baguma wins the battle this time. Juma Miyaji still standing, but he seems to be struggling with 6 off of 12. Not the Juma we saw yesterday, Bob. Definitely not the Juma we saw yesterday.
Absolutely. Very good for, but credit goes to Joseph Baguma, holding his nerve here, bowling the death overs. You can loud and clear from the Itanda Kayakers here. The captain is telling them everything is still possible. Give 100%. But again, only 2 hits. Things can go the other way around for the Itanda Kayakers. As we know, Chuma Miyaji is still out there, joined by his keeper, Brian Masava. Record run rate is at 6 runs. Can he finish off? Can he finish off in the style? Calls for a sweep shot straight away. Dot ball. And the young man finishes with figures of 2 for 35 in his spell.
$111 for 5 is the score. We have another 18 balls to end the innings. The Bujagali Rafters require another 23 runs in the 18 balls. Bob, I think you can agree with me that if Juma Miyaji is hitting that ball hard, he can easily win this game in just 1 over.
Absolutely, but I'm not sure if it's this over of Bilal Hassan, one of the great bowlers at the death, and one of the informed batsmen at the crease there, Juma Miyaji. Catch is the call over the field at mid-wicket, and catch will not be taken there. 2 bounces for 4. He starts off with a boundary.
He's showing intent early on. I don't think they want this to go to the 20th over. So I'm sure batting on there with his captain, they should have had that bit of a discussion to agree on how much longer they need to stay in there to get to their target. 115 for 5. And all they need is another 19 runs.
A little bit of chat there from the captain and his bowler, Bilal Hassan. I'm not sure if I had them loud and clear because of the microphones there in the stumps, but I think it sounded like Kiawa, which means what happened. Can he get the big fish here? Loud appeal there. Umpire not interested.
As you can see from the replays, there was an appeal, but we can clearly see that Juma Miyaji's bat brushed the surface of the playing pitch. We have, as I will tell you this for a fact, as umpires, we have often been ostracized when it comes to such decisions. Players will be very certain that it is out. But when you look at the batter's body language, and if you're certain of your decisions, when you stick to your call and say no doubt, you will be vindicated at the end. Bit of a fumble from Lutaya, who has favorably been renamed Lutafire. I don't know whether that's from his time in the West Indies, but we all know each time somebody says Lutafire, that is when he's batting. We haven't seen that much of him in the field to associate the nickname to his fielding prowess. So Brian Masaba facing his second ball. He's gifted 2 runs. Played it to the point region, only to have the youngster Joseph Baguma misfield.
Misfield from the young man there at point, Joseph Baguma. Pressure is on here.
16 needed off of 14 balls. Brian gets creative with that one. That's 4 runs. You might have thought he was out with his girlfriend having ice cream.
Very good shot there, Brian Masaba there. Putting everything behind the ball. Gets enough connection there. 1 bounce for 4.
I think we can say he used his bat as a spoon. Scooped that up to give him 4 runs, or rather 4 helpings.
Last delivery coming. Already Bilal Hassan in his quarter has given out 28 runs. Still wicketless. Looks frustrated there on the screen. It doesn't go. It doesn't like going wicketless. He has shined everywhere, but he's not getting the reverse. That brought us to the end of the 18th over. 123 for 5. Squad run rate is at 5 runs and over. That's 2 hits away for the Bujagali Rafters. Nyasi Nirenga Nyarwanda International coming into ball from the Ginger Road end.
Juma Miyaji, who hasn't been the flashiest of batters today, is still out there with his captain. He knows how much of a victory this would mean for his team. Do you think that could be the reason why he's not taking the risk to swing at every ball?
As I mentioned earlier, Juma Miyaji has turned out to be a proper batsman. He hits a bad ball and a good ball. He plays it on merit. Very good batsman is turning out to be so far. But it's his captain, Brian Masaba, on strike, facing the speed star from Rwanda, Inyasi Nirenganya. Can he nail a fast ball yorker here? Starts with a short ball. Very good piece of fielding there in the end. Saved his team 2 runs. Very good fielding there.
That was another youngster, Bob. Anas Baig, under 19. He's a great prospect. Great prospect for the sides, both under 19 and for the senior side. Good upcoming player. Son to Akbar Baig, who's played with the cricket cranes over the years. Inyas picks up his first wicket. And that it is that one of Brian Masava, who struck the ball and seemed to be walking away in anticipation of a catch being taken in the deep, for he knew he did not hit that hard enough.
And look at him, he's livid with himself. He knew he can do much better than going for a big 6. Let's look at that in the replay. He calls for a big shot there. Easy cut there from the captain at the boundary. We all know Brian Masaba is disappointed with himself. He loves rotating the strike. And that's exactly what his team needed.
And in walks another youngster, Munir Ismail. I think with my observations, Bob, I can say the Bujagali Rafters is a team full of youngsters. A lot of under 19 talent there. Munir Ismail, another former under 19 player, who unfortunately did not make it to the West Indies. He was unfortunate to come down with COVID-19, which made him miss the flight, miss the tournament, and miss selection.
Off the mark straight away, Munir Ismail. Sad story indeed there for that young man. Always want to take such opportunities and make good use of them. But unfortunately, it was COVID.
You know, despite that disappointment, he kept his head up and he got selected to represent the country at the Africa T20 Championships in South Africa last year. He did not get enough playing time, but he's a huge prospect for the team.
Looked away hard. They're looking for a second one, but no chance. Game on. By the looks of the way these Itanda fielders are fielding here, if they go into the last over needing anything above 4 runs, this can be interesting. Six of 8. It's only 1 hit away But it's Munil. I'm not sure if Munil can go for that big maximum. Knocked him over. Is Inyasi Nireganya. Gave him a very good sharp in swing. Had no clue. Is Munil Ismail.
Inyas with a beautiful delivery, as you can see from your screens there in the replay. Munir had no clue whatsoever. The ball picked the top of the stumps, rest away for 4, but unfortunately those 4 runs will not count to the total of Bujagali.
It is the hero in the first innings with the ball. Suboga Siraji walking in. Can he deliver? It is 6 runs off 7 deliveries.
I think looking at Siraji walking in, Inyas could be thinking probably give him the same ball. But let us see. Munir came undone by his feet, for he did not move his feet enough. And he got trapped with no clue on how to play the ball. Siraji, on the other hand, slightly older than Munir. You could say he's played cricket a lot longer. He might just have what it takes to play this last delivery.
It's a great over from Inyasi Nirengaja. 6 runs off the last over. Game on here. Just 1 hit away. But the wicket can be very interesting here. It is Miyagi to face the fast delivery of the last over. Bilal Hassan has finished his quarter. Inyasi Nirengaja has finished his quarter. It has to be the captain himself to bowl this.
And the decision for the captain to come on seems to have come after a long while. He stood in the center with his wicket keeper, discussing the options they have on the team. But in the end, he decides to take on the responsibility of defending the 6. And as we can see in the huddle there, the captain, the experienced Bilal Hassan, the wicket-keeper Stephen Wavose, and the young man Anas Baig, all in a huddle. This should be very interesting. You can see Juma Miyagi squatting by the stumps, resting his head on his butt. And he knows it is his very good friend Riyazat Ali Shah that comes to bowl to him. Juma Miyagi is well aware of his ability. And as the game goes on, we'd like to thank Batball Uganda, Uganda Cricket Association, Plascon Uganda, Blink Logistics, Rock Telecom, Kenbright Insurance.
Charging in. 2 is the call. The running hard. Very good fielding there from Bilal in the deep. They only take 1 run.
The equation still remains 5 from 5. It might look like they're just going to look for that single every ball. That is good enough for them to win. But we all know that this can be won with just a single delivery. The field is changed again.
Come on, ladies and gentlemen. It is Siraji Nsubuga up against the captain Razat Ali Shah. Calls into the block, all out appeal. Finger. The finger is up. Siraji Nsubuga has to walk back.
That is for 8 now. 129 runs for 8. That leaves Itanda needing 2 wickets to win this game. But on the other hand, Bujagali needs 5 to win. Alisha chose to bowl it full. He bowled it full to Siraji Nsubuga, who shuffled right across the stumps, and he left the umpire with no choice but to give him out. Henry Senyondo walks in. Another of those batters you don't see that often on the field. But we all know he has the ability to win a game for his team.
Henry Senyondo on strike, left arm orthodox and right hand batsman. Can he do the trick here for the Bujagali Rafters? Can we have a fast super over here in this Waterfalls Elite? Balls down the leg, run out chance, and misses it, and they're going for, yes, they are running for the second one. He doesn't want to face his Juma Miyaji. Those are 3 runs. It is done and dusted now.
3 much needed runs. 3 much needed runs for that is 3 much needed runs for the Bujagali Rafters, bringing that equation to just 1 run needed to tie the game and see us go into a super over, but 2 runs to win the game for Bujagali. Ladies and gentlemen, these events would not have been possible without our sponsors and our partners: Uganda Cricket Association, Batball Uganda, Plascon, Color Your World, Blink Logistics, Rock Telecom, Pepsi Uganda, Kenbright Insurance, Century Cinemax, Nile Special, a favorite for many, and our health service providers, the Healthcare Uganda Limited. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned to your TVs, stay tuned to your devices where you're watching this game, be it in Uganda, be it across the globe, for we have something very special for you. This game is going to the wire. That's another wicket. That's another wicket. That's for 9 now. They tried to get 1 there to tie the game, but they couldn't. But on the bright side, Juma Miyaji is on strike. He swung at it, swung hard. He missed. But the wicket-keeper was sharp in his reactions to throw the ball back to the bowler, who effected a run out. Henry Senyondo out without bothering the scoreboard. The score is still 132 for 9. It's 2 runs needed off of 3 balls. This anticipation. Oh, Juma Miyaji wins this for the Bujagali Rafters. Strikes it hard, 4 runs. And that's the end of the innings. And to do the post-match is Innocent Ndaula, who we have all come to love and to know. Innocent, I welcome you to the comms box. Ladies and gentlemen, Bujagali Rafters take this home, leaving their record at 100% from 2 games. Would like to thank the partners Plascon Uganda, Rock Telecom, Uganda Cricket Association, Blink Logistics, Batball Uganda, Pepsi, Kenbright Insurance, Century Cinemax, Nile Special, and Healthcare Uganda Limited. Stick around, enjoy the highlights of the game as we go into the post-match presentations on who would be walking home with the Player of the Match award. My name is Norbert Abiy. Thank you for being with us, and we look forward to the afternoon game that starts at 2.
Match number 3 was between the Itanda Kayakers, who are having their double-header day today against the Bujagali Rafters. First things first, losing captain Riyazat Alisha, please come through for one quick questions. Almost at the very, just take me through the challenges as a team that you faced today.
Especially in the morning, the wicket was not easy to play, and the score we did 134. It was not enough for the evening wicket. Especially, we should have bet score 150. It was winning target 150, but we were less from 15 runs. But the positive point in this game was we fought till the end. That was the positive point, and towards next game, we have one more big game. So we want to keep these positive things to carry to the next game. Yeah.
You won yesterday. Yesterday was a header day for the team you play next in the afternoon, the CP Trackers. And you worried that you could lose both of your games on your double header day like the CP Trackers suffered yesterday?
No. We are positive now, and we have. We will fight in the next game also. We don't care about how the result will come, but we will fight till the end. That's our goal now.
Very well said, Riyazat. Good luck to you. Next up, please, the winning captain, come for a quick 1-2, captain. Who played Brian, the only team to stay with a clean slate, 100% record for your Rafters from Bujagali. Take me through the game quickly.
Yeah, it was important for us to show up today, build on what we did yesterday and try and pick up the win. So I'm very happy with the result. Obviously the game was a bit tight at the end, but it was important for us to get across the line.
You take a rest. Tomorrow you bounce back with 2 matches. How do you look to go about business days?
Pretty much the same. We'll keep it simple. It's one game at a time. So first one game, we'll do what we've been doing. I thought today we bowled really well, fielded better than they did, so and that was the difference in the end. So we'll look to do that again tomorrow.
Thank you very much, Brian. Good luck to you tomorrow. Enjoy your rest. Don't give the guys drinks. To give out the Player of Match award is the captain of the Rwanda women's team, Diane Marie Bimenyimana. Please come through. The player of the match, who will take away some monies, 2 trophies, and enjoy the photo opportunity here at the dice. A couple of contestants, of course, the injured man batting with one hand, Wazim Bat, very good knock for you, 34 there. Roger Mukasa also, you did bat very well, missing out on a feat in T20 cricket, the half century, getting 49, controlling the innings at the very end there to make sure Juma Miyagdi didn't have to do a lot with the bat. But the player of the match is a person who bowled his quota, went for 29 runs and picked up 4 wickets, Siraj Nsubuga. Come in the middle, come in the middle. Yeah. Thank you, Diane. More presentation for you, Siraja, please stay back. Please, Suleiman Sharif, former cricket cranes all-rounder, please come through, present some more accolades. Money for you, Siraj, as well. I think you need new friends tonight. Smile, you guys are live on TV. Well done to you, Suleiman Sharif, and your community for making sure we have money. Please, Siraj, stay around for one quick one. Siraj, you've all played. Just take me through your spell. You keep bowling and bowling very well. You're now the leading bowler in the tournament with 7 wickets. No one can tie your shoelaces because the next person only has 3 wickets to be exact.
First of all, I don't have much to say. When I came in to bowl, it was really so tight, and guys wanted to take me on. So the only thing I did is I had to focus and bowl wicket to wicket. So, and that's how I've managed to get the 4 wickets.
Everyone wondering, when are you getting that big call to the national team? You keep on the fringes. Do you think such performances are more, or what else do you need to do more to get someone into the cricket crane side?
I think I need to work on my batting, to bat more extra, because we are 3 spinners, Franco, Baguma, so I have to bat more than them to be on the national team.
Very well said to you, Siraj Nsubuga. Good luck to you in your future. That is it from the match presentation. My name is Innocent Daula.